My name is Kendall Cooper. I've been in this community for 57 years.
I am Jackie Cooper. I have lived in Goodland all of my life. Kendall and I have been married for 40 years, and I own the Hallmark store downtown Goodland, and I've had that for 25 years.
I've been in the rental business probably for 32 years. We would like to continue doing it, and the Innovation Center here has made us take another step towards doing that. We've always been short of housing. There for a while, I think we were tearing down more houses than were being built. Now is the time to start with this innovation. People can start building again and building up the community. For housing, we have the Northwest Kansas Vocational School here. We do cater to a lot of those kids. Housing is always needed.
Our first contact with the Innovation Center was we received Randy Speaker's name, and so we contacted him, and everything just took off from there.
Well, there's always a risk when you invest a lot of money like this. We were on the line of whether to do it or not, but with this Innovation Center grant, it made us feel comfortable. We're doing it for the community and for the future of our kids as well, that they can carry on and keep building Goodland. The whole process has been just positive. They helped us all the way through the project. Not only Randy, but all his staff. It never gave us any pause whatsoever in this project once we started working with them. With the Innovation Center helping to build at this point, best opportunity you could ever have is to come and be involved with this.
My name is Nick Rhodes. I'm a real estate broker and owner of Wildlife Properties Land Company. I've been selling real estate in north central Kansas for about 15 years. Again, when I first started out our career, it was a lot of people just moving out of the communities. Kids would grow up, they would go to college someplace, and they would just stay there. People are looking for a better way of life that is more dedicated towards the community and more dedicated towards their children. And north central Kansas is an excellent place to raise a family. That is the biggest draw out here. So housing is a fundamental component of economic development. Without housing and without good and affordable housing, you don't have an economic center. You know, we can all wish and hope that all the businesses in the world would come to our communities, but at the end of the day, if we don't have quality housing, and those businesses and those jobs just aren't going to be there. The Innovation Center program with the housing cooperative and the loan program, I mean, the way that we talk to people about it is with a lot of excitement. A lot of people are maybe afraid to invest their own resources into building homes or duplexes or speculative homes for people. And so having some sort of partner like the Innovation Center really helps to accelerate that and take some of the risk out of it. It helps them understand that there's somebody else here that wants to share in that risk and wants to see these areas succeed. And if we don't have new homes being built, then we don't have a future for north central Kansas. So I think this program is just head over heels, like a really important step to being a player in the community.
I'm Joe Ballman. I'm from Grinnell, Kansas. Yes, I grew up north of town, about 7 miles. It's like first thing you do is try to take care of all what's left of your belongings, you know, because the next day was like they were predicting rain, so we covered the house, and then it was from there. It was basically clean up and get what you got left that didn't get destroyed. So found out about this, and it was like, wow. It's like, so I took the steps to apply, and I guess it was at the right time because, I mean, within a few weeks, I mean, I was already approved and had the money. Well, it was a decision to make if we were going to build or if we could acquire enough funds. And then once I was approved for the grant, just to make sure, you know, just go extravagant, you know, just do the basic house and go on, and that's all it took. It's a blessing to, you know, to have someone to give you money to help you to rebuild. It's like, you know, there's not many places that do that. As far as the Innovation Center, I mean, you know, they will help, you know, people that they want to move into this community. It's like, yeah, it's here.
My name is Randy Honus, Executive Vice President here at Golden Belt Bank. Primary role is to oversee lending, both real estate and commercial. I saw several challenges. You know, the first one is just in some of the markets that we had operated in, the real estate market was not very active because there were not homes to purchase, therefore they weren't selling. The overall feeling in general was that housing was not available or was real difficult to find, along with the cost. The concept was really intriguing, that somebody would be willing to you know, provide funding really with not much expectation back in return, other than the return would be to benefit the community. We take the application just like we normally would on any other construction project. We make sure we communicate with the borrower that they need to get with the Innovation Center. We do our normal process just like we normally would. A couple contacts maybe with the Innovation Center just to verify things. And then really when you get to closing is when there's maybe a little bit of an added step there. It might add a few days time into closing because of their involvement in it. Working with the borrowers has been really good. Most of them are really excited, thankful, and you know, really more than willing to kind of do whatever they need to do to follow up and make sure that they get what they need. It's a direct reduction in our risk when we make that loan. The other thing that it does is for the community in general and the market in general, it gives it more activity, particularly in some areas that maybe some smaller communities that would not have seen a home being built. The people we have been able to help have been younger people, the families, so that means that's good for the school system, that's good for the whole community in general. The Innovation Center's role has been instrumental in this whole program. I don't know where it would be without them. I doubt somebody else would have stepped in and maybe taken that role, but it's meant a lot to the homeowners that we have assisted. Again, helps us give us that confidence that we have or that we need in the housing market and in those projects.
I'm Kylie Reese.
I'm Garrett Reese. I'm a territory sales manager for Pivot Bio, help farmers with their fertilization plans.
I'm the associate publisher at High Plains Journal. I do various different things. We put on educational events for farmers and producers. I work on the event programming for that.
We bought a house in Manhattan about 7 years ago. It was a smaller house. We knew it'd just be a short-term house and started looking for land there. We knew we always wanted to build a house, but we're struggling to find land. I'm originally from Weskin here. We just moved back to the area in July. About 3 years ago, we started kicking around the idea of moving back to Weskin. The next steps after I found about the Innovation Center program, I called them and spoke with them and just asked the parameters around the program and started a house build right as we moved back, and just moved into our house in about a month ago, February 1st. Housing in small communities is tricky. You know, even if we wanted to find something in the country out here and not build, I don't know that we could have. I'd watched the housing market here for probably 5 years, and I think there was one house in the country come up for sale over that time span. So, you know, building was our best option and something we always wanted to do, and this incentive helped us be able to do that. The Innovation Center's helping to build a lot of things around small communities. You know, housing's one of the hardest things facing a lot of these small communities for people wanting to move back but just not being able to. So I think it's very crucial that the housing, you know, is being addressed through these programs like the Innovation Center is doing.
The impact it's had on us as a family has been, we've been able to, you know, build the home of our dreams here out in the country.
My name is Corey Semino. I'm with Red Mountain Construction Development. I am the owner here in Hill City, Kansas. We actually build new housing, we do renovations, we do some metal buildings, steel buildings, and wood frame buildings as well. This housing project, I was introduced to the Innovation Center about a year and a half ago. I was on the board of the Homeowners Association here in Hill City, Kansas, and I got to meet Randy Speaker for the first time. From there, I've been working with Caden Pfeiffer, Deborah Rogers. This will be our second project so far together. The problem is with rural housing is there are very little amount of housing on the market, and there are new homes very well needed here in our rural community as well. Working with the Innovation Center has been a blessing. It's been very simple. The application to procurement, they make it very easy for builders and homeowners alike. Well, because of this program, it allowed me to reach out to some of these people that want to build but didn't have down payments or the full amount of funds, and it expanded my business, to tell you the truth, because of the grant funds. I'd recommend anybody getting a hold of the Innovation Center. The grant funds that come through and bypass down to the new homeowners is extraordinary. The Innovation Center has been very easy to work with, very easy to work with.
I'm Jenny Dix. I am from Agra, Kansas. I grew up on a farm north of Agra. Graduated in 2004 and then joined the Air Force. And so I was gone for 20 years. I recently retired and moved back to the county. The Air Force it can be difficult, challenging, but you meet a lot of very cool people, you know, and you get to travel the world. And so when I came back after 20 years, it was a little nerve-wracking, leaving, 20 years of military service behind. But the transition was easier, I guess, because I had the support. Like, a small county, everybody, they help you out. The networking is great. I was able to get a job, work on building the house. And now got my own little piece of heaven here. It was a long, scary process, I guess, to decide to build a house. And then, do you do a basement? And then everything adds up, like, the prices are this, and then, oh, don't forget about lights, and then, oh, the basement's extra, and oh, the porch is extra. And so it can be a little overwhelming. I had my spreadsheet and everything outlined, and I realized I'm like, oh, this isn't 10 or 20 years ago when, maybe you can get something for $150,000. This is more expensive. And that's when the Hanson thing was in the paper. My mom was like, what about this? And I was like, I don't know if I qualify, but we'll try. And it was such a lifesaver. It helped so much, that I didn't have to take out quite a big, an extensive loan. Like, it was less money, and it made it a little easier. For 20 years I rented, and so I never, fully moved in. I always had boxes. I didn't hang stuff up. So to have a house that is actually mine, it's incredible. It still feels a little surreal. Like, I know it's mine, but I'm not sure it's mine. When I come home every night from work, it's kind of a good feeling. As soon as I see the porch, I'm happy. I would definitely recommend the Innovation Center. I have been praising them. I've been telling everybody about it. It's such a great program, and it's so important to these small communities. We want people to come back. I would tell them that there's no place like home, that this is a great community, that there are programs out there that will help them, and people that will help them and guide them, and if you want to put down roots, there's no place better.
Curtis Brock. I married Brenda, moved up here around 94, and we got married in 95, and we've got 2 kids. We've just enjoyed Waukeeny. She got a job here, and so I moved up here, and we've been living here ever since. Actually, we were planning to move to Arizona when I retire in 8 years, and our daughter decided that she wanted to start a family. She was wanting to go to a smaller community, and so she was looking in Waukeeny to move back to. She lives in Hayes, and so when she decided that she just wanted to buy the house we were living in, we started looking and found some ground, and then decided to build this house and continue living here and not move to Arizona. So when we first started in, I was talking to my banker and he said, hey, I've run across this thing. I think you might be eligible for it. I called in and I talked to Caden Pfeiffer, got some information from him, and he got me all the paperwork, and it was really a pretty easy deal. He was very helpful and we were able to roll through it pretty quick. We're hoping that we get more than one grandchild, so we built this to accommodate several grandchildren, and we love it out here. A lot of times we don't want to go back to the house and stay here. This is kind of a dream come true for us. This is going to be our retirement home. This is where we're going to stay.
I'm Drew Graham. This is my wife, Karen. This is our daughter, Trinity, our daughter, Layla, and our son, Kyson. I was born and raised in Norton. Love the community. I've been building houses around here for 20 years, and it's time to build our own home.
Our children love the school district here. They're very involved in everything. We have a ton of friends in the community, and we're close to his family, and we're actually going to be building next door to our in-laws.
Father, my brother, and I, we build homes together. It's just the three of us. So built over 20 homes in the Norton community.
It's been like a lot of little things here and there, but it hasn't been difficult. Caden's been really great to work with and has answered all of our questions immediately. Yeah, we just kept in touch and very helpful and walked us through the whole process. We decided to go through Mid-America Bank. They're just fantastic. I haven't worked with anyone at any of their branches that just hasn't been just overly helpful, overly generous.
Being a homeowner in this community it's really something to be proud of, because Norton is a great community. We love raising our children here, and we hope they'll come back someday and also be part of the community.
Love that they're doing something about the housing shortage, and it's going to be really exciting to sell our home to a new family and have a new home that we've built.
I think I'm most excited to live by the golf course. I do golf in high school and I just love playing golf, so it'll be nice to just be right there. Be right next to our grandparents like we are right now. Nice, we can sell our great house to a new family, so that'll open something up and we'll get a new place to live.
I would just encourage anyone and everyone that in the area that is building to take advantage of it, because like I said, it was a very simple process, just tracking down some different things and staying in touch with them. But I mean, just to be given that opportunity, we're able to go a little bit bigger and have a little bit more space for our family because of it. So it's a blessing.
I'm so excited to get into our new